So continuing my hike along the long path, headed south now from Tenafly back to Englewood Cliffs. And recently I saw a video on Stevie Ray Vaughan. What guitarists think of Stevie Ray Vaughan? And of course there was extraordinary tributes to Stevie Ray Vaughan. There were the usual descriptions of his incredible playing and his persona. But there's something I never hear about Stevie Ray Vaughan. Something that I personally think is a slight detail. It's a skill that all great guitar players have, but he managed to exploit it like no one else. And that, oddly enough, is muting with the left hand. Of course, when you're trying to play guitar, you want the note you want to be heard, and all other crap, ringing strings and wrong notes and stuff like that, you don't want to hear. And all great guitarists are really good at this. Some guitarists like Michelangelo Badio, there's another young kid that's come out, cheat a little using string muters, little foam pads on the strings. So some try that, but the real good guitarists are capable, of course, muting the strings they want silent on their own. Stevie Ray Vaughan was great at this and allowed him to, well, it was necessary, but for his extraordinary energy, soulful style of playing music. So, what am I getting at? Well, take a look at Stevie Ray Vaughan play, and oftentimes you're going to see him swinging the right arm from the elbow. He doesn't have his hand locked down by the strings all the time. Sometimes he does, but not all the time. And what do you hear? You hear one string ringing out, one note ringing out, although he's raking all 6 strings. So how does he do that? He's able to mute the strings. So what does this provide? Well, it provides an extraordinary attack on the strings, a fatness, really that other people just don't have. And that's why his guitar playing is so unique, how the sound is so unique, that he's capable of really playing all 6 strings, but only allowing 1 or 2 or how many strings he wants to ring out. And I think this is something that people have really missed about Stevie Ray Vaughan. Maybe it's because, again, most guitarists can do this extremely well, but it was Stevie Ray Vaughan who, I think, exploits it to the maximum, and he produces that extraordinary live performance and extraordinary studio recordings that you just don't hear. It's energy, it's soul, it's packed with power, but it's clean as heck. And that's what really, I think, makes the Stevie Ray Vaughan sound. Add on, he had very heavy strings, but string weight doesn't seem to matter too much. I think it's really his technique. I think it's his muting, his attack, and just putting, 130% of himself into the guitar. Look at the greatest rock and rollers of all time, how much they put into their music, and Stevie Ray Vaughan is well beyond that. Simply one of the greatest, because he just had so much to give. And of course, tragically, we lost that.